How's it going? Good morning, or grand rising, good evening, good night. Welcome to the channel, Mystics and Muses. Today, we're going to be pulling a combo energy pull. So it's going to be Norse runes, right? We're going to be pulling on that and just seeing what your divinely guided spirit guides and spirit team in the universe wants to channel through for you when it comes to my amethyst runes that I have here. I'll be pulling from here and just pulling them through. As you can see here, I have a bunch of amethyst runes. And then secondly, we're also going to be pulling from the African Gods Oracle to see what messages coming through for that as well. Link them together, channel through. All right. So make sure you take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Make sure you relax, tune to your intuition. Know that you're always divinely guided each and every moment, each and every day. And realize that you are loved regardless of what you see in your 3D reality. And that's T. Now, let's actually pull runes first to see what we are going to start with. Let's see what we're going to start with. I hope you are learning and have learned to, and just a reminder to set the vibe you want for your days, and setting any vibe and wishing for a great future and embodying it now. It's not a bad thing about it. And it's not a betrayal to your current surroundings at all either. Yeah, it's not. I had to learn that too. So what we got? So we got first, I have a chart over here to my left side. Left side or, yeah. So what do we got? We got, excuse me, Manes. So what does Manes talk about? The collective, groups of people, cliques, if you will, communities, but also enhancing those communities, building relationships, building an environment, building an energy. What I'm getting with this is you may be called to, or you may be guided down the road of building a community yourself because you have a certain mindset, you have a certain vibration of how things can change, whether it be education, whether it be medical, whether it be tech, whether it be music, whether it just be relation, whether it be I'm getting some type of engineering, structural engineering, and I'm also getting, what's the engineering where you can design cities? I'm forgetting that specific type, but that's what I'm getting as well. Like designing environments to be more beneficial for the collective of anyone who lives there, where they're not only spots and locations and energies, specific intentional energies that are put there in structures that will uplift the environment, whether it be a park, just for a basic example, like a park, like how a church is supposed to be, but I'm not even trying to go down that rabbit hole when it comes to religion. Maybe that's also what you're called to change, like be a whistleblower against certain religion, realizing that it's corrupt and ran, and spirituality is really how you should be living. And as a hot take, that's it for another video. But also having self-awareness in how you relate to the collective, how you relate to others, how you relate to society as a whole, and what your specific role is. Even though your role can change and you have free will, it's like there's always this calling of the impact level and the impact type, if that makes sense. Take it how it is new. So like, for instance, one of my chosen fields is music. I definitely want to change how music is made, what the standard of music and what good music is, being categorized as, and incorporate more good energy, more healing vibrations, but also making music, not making music, but allowing music to return back to its roots of connection of the sacred dance between divine feminine and divine masculine when it comes to the bare sounds of the words, making sure the words actually have meaning, making sure they have intention. When you're speaking them out, what is the listener downloading into the subconscious? When you're hearing a tone, when you're hearing music, is it made by someone who just was looking at the paycheck at the end of the day, had no passion or no effort or no love into the track, or was it specifically made for a specific reason and a specific energy in mind? This is the type of thing that will help change the music and change and differentiate good songs from the normal stuff that you forget next week when a similar replica comes out. That's something I'm passionate about and been closely studying, closely seeing, you know, being a little bit passionate about that in my own ways behind the scenes. But yeah. So we got Mayonnaise right there. So take it out how it resonates. That's very beautiful. You're here to not only build communities, but change communities and be in those rooms where you're discussing, okay, this needs to change. Okay, this is not right. Okay, this is what I see for the future because of this, blah, 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 you know? Let's actually go back and forth. So we're going to pull from here now, pull from the African gods oracle. So African ancestors, energies, gods of the highest vibe light and only the highest vibration of love for humanity, for myself, for the reacher. You could be reaching for the stars and you will grab them. You will grab them down and ground them into the earth, into the new world, where it's built on love, connection, and peace. We have waxing moon. May there be light over darkness. It's time to rise and shine. Oh, I love that. I love that. I still have a government job in the background, y'all. And I do not like saying good morning because why is morning good? So even if anyone says that, I'm like, rise and shine or good day or something like that. Either those two. So I love that personally. I love rise and shine as a replacement for that that false declaration. Our words are powerful. In the beginning, there was a word, right? If you're still in that religion, may there be light over darkness. May there be light over darkness. There's a lot of darkness in the world right now. This is what you're called to do. You're called to shine your light and not only shine your light, but see how you can amplify it. See how you can be a lighthouse for others who are on that same collective vibration. And this is how we build a new world. For real. Okay. Mayonnaise and waxing moon, yes. So being called to build communities, be in certain environments, making sure you're tapping into your own self-awareness and making sure your energy is still in check. And connecting with others who are on that same energy to bring light in the world over darkness intentionally, not just being, oh yeah, I support that. I watched something on Instagram the other day and they were like, you can't really have someone on your circle, not on your circle, but on your path, on your journey that you're being called to if they're not as obsessed with it as you are. Because at that point, you'll just be dragging them and it's going to hurt you more than it hurts them. Because your light is your light and your light is beautiful. It shines. It's comforting. It's warming. It's meant to be directed in a certain way because yes, we can be all cute and shit. We can be loving and stuff, but we're also here for admission. We also can see what the fuck is going on. And we're here to change it because it's in our forefront, it's in our faces. We're just going to stay here in the background. Not this guy. No, not at all. And I absolutely know we can get to a better energy. I'm getting Palladian. I'm getting Sirius energy, where these planets, where these star systems, where they achieved like loving, energetic bond and union. It was like no war, no fear. They're all, talking to each other telepathically. They're all connected with each other through their hearts. They all know what they're talking about because they're all on that same vibration of I'm here for you and you're here for me and I'm here for us. Great channel message right there. What else? What else? What else do we have today? We have the M. Maybe that could be your initial. I'm getting from SpongeBob. I'm getting what was it? Merman, and Barnacle Boy. That resonates. Okay, this is about progress, about strengthening relationships, and about loyalty, about yin and yang, about duality. It's AWAS. AWAS is also horse, also the horse. About trust, mutually beneficial partnerships. Yes. So that ties very well into this previous one, Manas. So mutually, when I was just speaking about not dragging people who are not as obsessed as you when it comes to your purpose, when it comes to your dreams and your projects, when it comes to your energy and what you accept in your life and what you don't want to accept or allow in your life and this new energy, this new vibration, as you and the world and the planet and the energies around the planet are evolving, ascending into a new paradigm. You don't want to drag people who are not there because those are the people who need to learn a different lesson and are going to be separated. The separation already happened. Technically, it already happened. We're just seeing the effects of it now, and we're seeing it already happened, and we're seeing it play out. So, and it's just continuing to happen, right? Vibration and energy is fluid, so you can dip down if you want to, and everybody at the lower level can dip up. Um, but the longer you wait, the more comfortable you are in a certain energy. It doesn't mean you can't change. That's not it at all. If that were the case, then what are we here for, right? Because the majority of society, that's how the world is ran, right? Like control, fear, power, money, sex, drugs, you name it. So yeah, having that mutually beneficial partnerships. This is not love. This is not only business. This is everything, every single aspect of your life, even family. It doesn't even matter if they're blood or not. If it's not a mutually beneficial partnership for where I'm going and we're not helping each other, you know, it is what it is, I'm hearing the saying, I'm not sure where it's from, but you can say that I'm hearing blood's not thicker than water. And what I'm getting with that is like water is very nourishing. Our body is made up of 73% water. Like water is very healing. It's a very good transmuter. It's a very good, it helps energy flow. You can talk to the water. You can activate the water. You can imprint your own energy over the water and intake it and allow it to help with your body, with your energy, and allow your cells to actually assimilate to the energy you put in the water. It gets deep, y'all. You have fucking gifts. And anyone can tap into the energy. I'm telling you, bro. But you have to do it for yourself. You have to release old. First of all, you have to release the fears, judgments, self doubts, insecurities, all the above, guilt, all the above, for yourself. Not only that, but you also have to make sure you separate what is the outside world projecting on top of me, and then what am I projecting from within myself. Get rid of those two, decipher, not get rid of them, understand them, understand where they're coming from, and then be able to flip the switch. Okay, damn, I'm speaking too fast. I'm gonna slow down. Be able to flip the switch and be like, okay, listen, like I understand why this is happening. I understand why I feel this way because of this, because this is what that gender was pushing through, because of my past in this childhood event that happened, and that's just what I learned to do for safety, to protect myself. And I grew up in that energy, of course, because the roots are already planted. And of course, I'm not going to pull up the roots because I don't know that they're. How would I know that they're not the best roots if that's how I grew up? You know. And same with outside world. How would I know if that's a bad environment, if that's all I've seen, if that's all I grew up to know, if that's all I grew up to see around me? How would I know what's outside of my vision, what's outside of my psyche, if I don't know how to tap into it, if I don't know what it is, if I don't know how someone telling me that there's more to life, there's more to what I can do, there's more to my environment, there's more to whatever. Take how it resonates. Yeah. So what else do we got? What else do we got? It's a little bit too much. But I'm gonna take the one that I flipped over. So we got, look at this card, y'all. Alafia. And apologies if I'm mispronouncing any of the words. No harm can hurt those who live in peace with themselves. Beautiful. This is the energy that will allow us to transition into this collective worldly energy, where this is the standard vibration. So when the craziest, hypothetically, the craziest serial killer, murder guy comes out, one energy gets overpowered by this energy. It's like healing vibration. It dims out the darkness like that and they change. That's why collective prayer, that's why collective meditation, it changes so much. It helps the energy, it lowers crime rates from the surrounding areas. When it comes to like large temple areas, when it comes to people who are intentionally gathering together in certain areas and certain vibrations and certain places and in certain groups online as well, to help the collective heal and move into this new energy of embodying the light, embodying the love, and attracting that to you, attracting that type of energy. 31 can also be significant. 3 or 1, you could be a light path. 33, a light path. 11. 4 could be significant as well. No harm can hurt those who live in peace with themselves. And I can attest to that. Yes. I'm very at peace with myself. I actually had to learn to be even more in peace with myself because I thought I was at peace with myself before I even went on the journey about 4 years ago. It was actually longer. It was like 6 to 7 years ago. There's levels and there's steps to it. And once you graduate a certain level, you go up, up, up in vibration. And you lose connection with certain energies. You lose connection with certain people as well. It just naturally falls out because it's just not an energetic match. And that's point blank, period. That's beautiful. So what else do we have for our rune pulling? We'll pull one more rune and then we'll pull one more card as well. All right, last but not least for the runes we have, Thurisaz. Yes, Thurisaz. So during this transition, look at this transition. Waxing moon, may there be light over darkness. No one can hurt those who live in peace with themselves, with the light. This is the energy. This is the overall goal, pretty much, of this time. By this time, I mean over time. This whole movement of energy, of worldly transition, as a whole collective. But Buddha says about conflict. Courage to face the challenges, yo. About danger and protective powers, protective energies over that danger. Powerful protection, specifically from divine guidance, that angels, ancestors, spirit, most high, God, Buddha, whoever, Jesus, whoever you subscribe to and want to call in for that protection. Energy is fluid, energy cannot be destroyed or, okay. When people say energy cannot be destroyed or created, it's true, but it can be transmutated. So if you know of a higher energy, like for instance, Jesus, like I know and connect with Jesus, but I do not resonate with Christianity and how it's being portrayed in the world right now at all. But yes, I have already connected with and do believe in and do connect with and can connect with Jesus and Mother Mary specifically. I love her. I don't have a Bible. But when I do go to one, or when I am called to look up a scripture, man, is that on point, resonating, and changes my perspective. Before, when I was I first went on my journey, right? This was a time where I was actually really battling with my sexuality, with being gay, with being attracted to men. And I was like, it wasn't, I was connecting with Jesus, right? But that was the main thing. Like I was asking him and really connecting with him and really just asking for a sign or whatever. And it was so crazy. Like you have to go through this journey yourself if that resonates with you. It was just so fulfilling and crazy, like just to feel the love and the reassurance, knowing that God, knowing that the Holy Spirit, knowing that I am the universe, there is boundless love for me, not limited, not conditional love. That's not what God is. And each type of person, each energy is supposed to shine in their own specific way. And so that control comes in when it comes to corrupt religion. So that, with me mentioning that at least twice or three times now, that definitely resonates with someone out there, or a majority. But this could be anything. This could be familial protection if you feel unsafe with speaking your truth around your family, knowing that you will be protected and you will be guided down the right path each and every step if you decide to take that leap of faith for yourself and for your own journey. This could be work, taking a leap of faith into the unknown, knowing that I don't have any training in this certain area, or I don't know where I'm going to work when I move here, or this job just isn't cutting it for me when it comes to my mental health and peace and my sanity. So I have to take a leap of faith. You will be protected during that when it comes to your mental stress, or when it comes to your security, or when it comes to your eating or your survival. You will be protected during that. Do all of that. In transition, while each of us is going through this transition here and grounding this energy into the world, step by step, piece by piece, person by person, day by day, minute by minute, change by change, project by project, you name it, take it how it resonates. Let's get one more card here. Taking this one. I'll be taking this one. I'm going to incorporate my pendulum here. Introduce the pendulum, Egyptian pendulum made of pure copper. So what happens if you do a front back like this, doing it front back like this, it's usually, guided. And then left to right for a no. All right. So first, African answers, please show me a yes. Please show me a yes here. Thank you. Please show me a no. Thank you. Is this card here for the collective? Does it resonate with the collective here? Or am I putting it back and taking the bottom card on that deck? So, yes for I'm taking this card. No for I'm pulling the bottom card on that. Let's see what we get. So, looking like it's a yes. Yeah. Wait. That's looking like a no, actually. Oh, no. They corrected it. It's a yes. Okay. So, Osa. When the heart screams, reasoning goes silent. Ooh. Yeah. That ties into this for sure. This is the energy we're changing. Hearts, there's no love is being drained out. That's the collective goal, and then being controlled and siphoned and being controlled by fear, power, money, these false things, these false identities and matrices that have absolutely no meaning at all. Let it go. And then allowing the actual abundance, which is actually from within. The richness is actually from within. Knowledge and wisdom is actually the most powerful. And that's the most powerful, but also is the most abundant is knowledge and wealth, for sure. Because with knowledge and wealth, you can make as much money as you want to, however you want to, whenever you want to, on whatever tricks. If you really want to do that, if you really want to make the paper, but you also have unlocked so many other different types of abundance, like peace of mind, self-love, knowing how to regulate yourself, connection to all things in nature and in your heart. When the heart screaming, reasoning goes silent. Reasoning goes silent when the heart screams, because then you don't know. Your heart is screaming, and you don't know. Like, you're acting out of wounding. Pretty much, you're acting out of not only survival, but you're building walls around the outside energies. Then I'm getting like big walls, and it's screaming, it's calling for help. But if you're not listening to it, if you're intentionally being tuned out of the frequency of what your heart is really wanting, by society, by environments, by government systems, by family, you name it, reasoning goes silent. So you make bad decisions when it comes to your life. And then when you actually awaken to it, you realize, wait, that was a terrible investment. That was a bad decision. I should have did that. And this is also saying, don't beat yourself up, because this is why the heart was screaming, and it's not your fault that we live in a world where love is not the forefront of everything that we do, our actions, our connections, how we want to show up in the world. And right now, because that's an outside projection onto you. So once you can cultivate that understanding and awareness and change and knowing how to change and knowing how to regulate that self, that self, the self that you want to embody when it comes to you living in that full and authentic and really tapped in version of you, that your higher self, that your inner child, that the divine all wants for you, and that the world sees the most clearest through your shining you. You're shining you, because what you are, you're your consciousness, right? You're the person watching this video. You're also the person that's listening to it in the background. You're also the person that's observing you watching this video, right? So you're not only me telling you what you need to hear, you're also the one listening to me, the one listening to you tell you what you need to hear right now. I'm just a reflection of you. But not only that, you're also the awareness and the consciousness observing this whole thing go down. Think of Deadpool, how he breaks the fourth wall all the time. Kind of like that. There's like a triple awareness going on at all times. And once you switch them, you know how to switch them for the most enlightenment and awareness and realizing certain patterns and belief systems specifically. You can unlock certain things, unlock certain doors. But since you're accessing such a pure, very intentional and in the moment thing, it's up to you to learn how to. It's a journey. It's a beautiful journey, actually, to learn how to go from, okay, I have awareness that me looking at it from this point of view isn't the most beneficial for my entire being as a whole. How do I go from this realization to me not even thinking about it and acting in it and shying away from certain things that would put me in a certain energy or go down the road back to the energy that I don't want? That's a process, and you have to work with your own guides, work with your own self and your own inner guidance, inner compass, your heart when it comes to that, and not your mind. Because your logical mind can only take you so far. It's supposed to be working in tandem with your heart and mind, heart mind connection, heart body mind connection, heart body mind spirit connection. That was beautiful. Okay. Is there any last closing messages that are coming through for you today? Take it one step at a time. You don't have to know everything. You don't know how to know. Come on. Taking it one step at a time. You don't have to know what the entire plan, the entire journey, the entire itinerary is going to look like. Just take intuitive, guided steps and keeping that awareness in the forefront, knowing that you are being divinely guided, knowing that you are here for a higher purpose, knowing that you do shine and you will shine, regardless of if you want to shine or not. Because you're beautiful. You're beautiful, it's true. I saw your face and I said, hey, hey, hey. Okay, bye-bye. See you next time, Yos.